Theosophy Live. No prep, no promo, no planning, just plopping down and lots of P's in that sentence. I'm just coming on to speak with you every weekend. I think this is our 10th one. Anyway, it's just to talk about, oh, I am live. Hang on one second. Let me double check, make sure our picture is good on YouTube. Oh, there we are. And I have my former self. Speak with you every weekend. There we are. Okay. Is that it? No, wait, there. There. Okay. I'll figure it out. It's backwards over here. But anyway, I thought that these would be far more valuable than me prepping stuff and coming up with, a script. I think it should be applicable in daily life and on the fly. I think that that's important. So I have this photo of me and this goat and my mother in the background and my dad. I think that's my dad on the stroller. Well, not on the stroller, pushing the stroller. And I have an awfully short haircut. And there I am in my red dress. And I can remember that as if it was yesterday. I can look down and see the print. Today, it's hard to believe that much time has gone by. But I was just in a hurry looking for an old picture. And I might go back to this age. I wish I could, in a way. I had a question on a live broadcast, a live TikTok that I was doing on the Living Theosophy TikTok channel, which is a profile where I use my cheeky skill set to go ahead and present these ancient teachings in a way that might reach those that lectures and libraries wouldn't. So today's TikTok was about strip yourself of all doubt and know who you are. That's the big thing, is know who you are. The oracle at Delphi said very clearly, know thyself, and thou shalt know the universe and God. And I don't know if my little one there, that little version of me, would understand that. But however, I think knowing this information earlier on probably could have saved me a lot of drama. But would I have listened? That's the thing. I don't know if I would have listened. Probably not. So everything that I've been through up to this particular point in my life has shaped me into the woman that I am today. All of the mistakes that I've made. I think my son the other day was asking me about, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have bought that car. It was a mistake. I was caught up in the moment, blah, blah, blah. And I said, baby, but you learned. You learned now what not to do next time. And I think that that's very valuable. So the mistakes that I've made, and they've been big. I mean, big mistakes. I have made some stupid, selfish, horrible mistakes in this lifetime. But each one of them, sometimes I had to repeat them. But each one of them taught me what not to do next time. Whether I listened to that or I needed more research was really up to me. Often I needed more reminders. And the lessons seem to repeat themselves until the, what is to be learned is learned. So anyway, I want to say hello to, oh my God, there's a few of you watching over on YouTube. Hi, everybody. Welcome to you. We're broadcasting through a platform called HAPS, which allows me to multi-stream on HAPS and YouTube at the same time. If you have any questions, if you'd like to comment, please, this is interactive. I'm literally just plopping down and I'm going to share Theosophy in my daily life. And what I'm doing today, I'm getting ready to go dig a ditch. Literally, I'm digging a ditch. I have a pickaxe ready for me outside. I'm digging a ditch today after I finished filming these. And so I enjoy that. I enjoy that extra exercise. I enjoy being able to do that. I'm grateful that my body has survived myself. So I'm able to do things like that. But I was asked on a TikTok this week, they said, what advice would you give your younger self? And I thought, that is a brilliant idea to come on to the Living Theosophy channel and talk about that. What would I say to this little girl? What would I say to the teenager that was to come? What would I say to the young woman of 25, 35, 45? Well, I would say, chill the F out. Just chill out. It's not that big of a deal. These things that you're putting so much emphasis on, it isn't that big of a deal. It isn't. Stop taking everything so seriously. Stop taking everything so seriously, and know that that the opinion of other people, which I spent a majority of my life living for, is the validation from outside myself, the validation of other beings. Hi there, Charles. Oh my God. Yes, Charles is here. Oh my God, it's good to see you too. We have an exciting show tonight on this channel coming up at 7 p.m. GMT here in London. We have Charles Bannon, known as Charlie Bannon. There he is. He's coming up to talk about mysticism, psychology, and all that, incorporating these into one thing, which is a very brave endeavor. So that's coming up on the channel tonight. It is a premiere at 7 o'clock. Getting ready for that. Hi, sweetheart. Charlie is a sweet soul. Give him a follow on his YouTube channel. Charlie, what I'm doing here is I just come on whenever I get a chance to come on. I come on and I just pop the screen open and I just go live. Today I was talking about what advice I would give my younger self. I was asked that question on a live broadcast and I thought it was pertinent and important because I have this photo of me. I'm probably about 3 or 4 probably. And what would I say to this little girl? I would say it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All those times that you think you won't make it, you're going to make it. And when it comes time to not make it anymore, you'll transition like everybody else and it's still going to be okay. That's what I would say to her. But the big thing was, don't take it so seriously. It's not that big of a deal. We act as though everything is the biggest deal on the planet, that you will surely die if this particular thing doesn't take place or go through or manifest or whatever you want to call it. It isn't that big of a deal. And also, again, worrying about the perception of others, always what they see you as. You want fame, you want wealth, you want, I don't know, love. Well, why do you want those things? You want somebody to love you. Why? Ask the question, why do you want wealth? Why? Why do you want fame? Why? The answers all go back to one thing, because it's how it makes you feel. It makes you feel good, to feel that love, to feel valued, to feel important, to feel treasured, all of that. That actually comes from you. And that's the thing I would tell this young girl who was extreme in her love relationships. I mean, extreme. There's stuff I have not told you, and I don't share a lot about my personal life, but today I'm sharing a little bit. The application of theosophy in daily life, the love that we experience from other humans. I want to reiterate something to you that I would tell my younger self. The love, how do you feel when you're with this person? Well, I feel joy, I feel good, I feel valued, I feel whole, I feel happy, I feel home. All of those feelings came from you. They don't have any ability to get inside you and feel your feelings for you or generate your feelings for you. Wealth, okay, what about wealth? Security, enough. I want to have enough. I want to have, safety, foundation. I want to know that I'm going to survive. All of those feelings don't come from the money. Pick up a wad of money right now. Go look at your bank account balances. Imagine a whole bunch of zeros at the end. It's not going to change anything. It isn't going to change your feelings. The only thing that's going to change your feelings is you. That's it. What was the other thing we talked about? Fame. That a lot of people want fame. And that's the adoration of others. That's literally looking for the opinion of others in a massive way. And I know that I could get some flack for that, but that's okay. I don't mind, because I will tell you, I've had a tiny taste of fame, tiny, in the place where I worked at as a radio talent. It's a small market. I mean, I don't know, 100,000 people, something like that. But anyway, it's nothing. It's hollow. It's fleeting. And it goes. And there's always somebody who's going to come up behind you that's going to be better looking, funnier, prettier, more charming, more talented. It doesn't matter. And then there'll be somebody after that. So the fame is fleeting and hollow. And it is the opinion of others that makes you famous. It's a familiarness. You're familiar to them. And so therefore, we place our worth on that. That is not something you want to chase after. That is an empty vessel. And you will find that out. I think we talked about this last week. Jim Carrey has talked about that. He goes, I wish everybody could become rich and famous. Then they find out that it's not there. So fame, wealth, love. What else is it that we want in life? I don't know, to be purposeful. You can have purpose. All of these things originate from one place. The love, the fame, the wealth, all of that, those are exterior circumstances, but they're affecting you, okay? They affect you, and you're the one who puts the value on them. You're the one who is the progenitor of those emotions of home, safety, security. It's you. So why don't you choose to do that now? Why don't you choose? As I tell this little girl, where is she? There she's over there. As I tell this little girl, it's going to be okay. Why don't you choose to be those things anyway? Somebody was talking about happiness, saying, oh, I'm never going to be happy. I'm never going to be happy. I go, well, if you say that, then you're not going to be. And I think it was Henry Ford who said, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. So it's true. I tell the little girl sitting there or standing there with the goat that I would say, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. And I would have saved me a lot of drama, because I was always like, oh, it's going to be so awful. Oh, it's going to be so this. It's going to be horrible. That person doesn't love me. Everybody hates me, blah, blah, blah. And that's what came to be. I mean, I would manifest that. I use the word manifest loosely because it is overused quite a bit for material wealth. But it is a very real thing. Your thoughts and your emotions are the navigators of your life. They're the navigators of your life. So I think of the thoughts as the rudder and the emotions like the motor. They're like the motor. And if you can control those, then you start to, instead of being blown about by the wind, you actually start to drive the boat. And I would tell her that as well. And I'd tell her that when she thought she was going to die of a broken heart, that she would survive, that she's far stronger than she knows. That's what I would tell her. And so I see a few of you sitting here on YouTube. Welcome to you. This is a channel about love and compassion and kindness. I'm simply one of many who are showing up to share these ancient teachings of Theosophy. And this is the paradigm that seems to be the most accurate for me now. But it isn't an exclusive thing. We've talked about this on some previous Living Theosophy lives. You can find this in the Native American teachings. You can find it in the Kabbalah. You can find it in the Vedas, the Upanishads. You can find it all out there underneath all of the world's religions, sciences, and philosophies. This is a universal truth that doesn't have to have membership. You don't have to join something. You don't have to pay anybody. No one can give it to you. So, for example, I was to go back in time and speak to this young girl. I couldn't do it for her, even though it's me. I still, at that age, or 13 or 25, would have to put these teachings into application, even though I heard it from a wiser, older ghost of myself, and only wise through pain. Pain is the usher of wisdom if we allow it to be. Okay, so say say a ghost of me, I don't know, if I live another 20 years, comes back and says, listen, you got to chill out. Am I going to listen? Probably not. But I think that it's a very interesting thing to think about what you would say to your younger self. And then you can go back in time and kind of replay those lessons, life lessons and heartaches and dramas and tribulations, play them again with a different interior voice, and see how you could use that in today. And all of this is instructed through these teachings of Theosophy. The sages through the ages have all come through and said the same thing. They've all told you the same thing. So if you walk with your younger self today, if you get a chance to, I take this little girl out on my walks, and I become the mother that she didn't have, the father that she didn't have. And sometimes I envision her. And I know how scared she was and how lonely, and there's just fear and loss and heartache and upheaval and abandonment. And a lot of psychological trauma and physical, some physical as well, mostly psychological. But no one has a perfect childhood. Nobody does. A lot of people come in and they think, oh, that person has it great. Well, if they have it great, then there's no polishing of the stone, is there? There isn't anything to shape the soul. So these lessons, these painful things that take place in our lives, help shape us into who we are going to become. And it's the way we navigate those difficulties. So as a little girl, where is she? Over there. I didn't understand. And I took all of that personal. I felt that that was my responsibility to fix. I didn't realize that my parents were simply doing the very best that they could with the information that they had, with their experiences that they had. And eventually in my life, I got a chance to go further and understand that my father was far more than just an orgasm in 1965 or whatever, 6. Yeah, he was. He was a man who had faults and assets and wisdom and his own direction. And he literally functioned, and so did my mother. They functioned based on their best ability when this child came into being. And they don't come with instruction manuals. My son didn't come with an instruction manual. I've made mistakes. horrible mistakes, horrible. But I did the best I could at that time. And if I can apply that wisdom to me, how come I can't apply that to them and forgive them and forgive them? They did the best they could, the very best they could. And they thought they were doing what was right. And so here I come into the world. I incarnate into this place with them. And I have my future in front of me. And I got a chance to engage in life. I'm not a victim of my childhood. Some people could say I was, but I'm not, because I choose not to be. I choose not to be. It may have shaped me, but it doesn't define me. It doesn't. So, oh, there's a few of you here. Hello, welcome to you here on YouTube. These are just little lives I do every weekend. I just pop the computer open and I sit down and I talk about something that has to do with how I'm applying Theosophy in everyday life. And today it was looking back at the little girl that I was there and being able to love her. I do take her out on walks. When I'm out along the sea, I take her with me and I become the mother that she wants to hear. And I become the father and I speak as, I don't know, an elder to her. And I tell her reassuringly that it's going to be okay, that you're going to get through it and that you don't need to worry so much. And for God's sakes, chill out, enjoy the ride. It is a heck of an opportunity to be alive and to be able to engage and taste and see and feel and do and live and evolve. And hold on tight because it goes fast. And don't worry so much about what you look like. Don't pay attention to that. It doesn't define you. It doesn't define you. What matters is what you are, what kind of a person you are. And that when they hear beauty is only skin deep, it's totally true. It will fade. And when it fades, what have you got left? Build your character, build your ethics, become a kind, loving human being in all circumstances, especially to those who are unkind to you. And understand that when they say something, whenever they say anything, whenever anybody says anything, if it's a comment here on a live broadcast, or if it's somebody that you see at the store, somebody that you run into, your partner, could be anybody, could be anybody. I'm going to tell this little girl this. Where's she at? Is she over here? Yeah. Okay. Listen, when somebody says something to you, it is not about you at all. It can't be. It's coming from them. It's originating from them. And it has nothing to do with you. It is a reflection of how they feel at the moment. That's it. That would have saved me years of grief because I took everything personal, and it's not personal. You've heard that before. So that is today's Living Theosophy live. Just a little bit. I always try to keep them short, but I love to talk to you. I love to be here with you. I appreciate you and I adore you. I'm trying different time zones, different times to come on. I don't know what's going to work best for Europe, for the United States. It's a small channel, but it's growing. And tonight, if you are watching this at a later date, this aired on the 7th of March at 7 p.m. It is Charlie Bannon talking about mysticism and mental health and incorporating the ancient universal principles in psychotherapy so we can understand the human being, which is far more than just the physical meat suit that you see here. There's much more to us than just this lifetime. There is. So anyway, take a look at that. That's happening tonight. I'll see you there. I love you very much. Thank you for being here. And I will see you later. I'm going to go dig a ditch, a big one. It's like 12 feet long. So I've got so I don't have the Kango. I have what is that? The pickaxe and a few spades. So I love you and I will see you later. Hang on one second. How do I end this? Okay. There's a little flag here. Okay. I'll see you later. I love you. Thank you for being here. I'll see you